Hi, and welcome along to Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at the players linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. And we're going to kick off today with quite a sensational one. It's the Isco, the very, very talented attacking midfielder who currently plays for Real Madrid, has been linked with a £64 million move to Arsenal. Now, I saw this story today. It's been all over the place. And one of the main sources for this story is the Daily Star. Now, listen, no disrespect to the Daily Star, but when you do this program and you have to do a lot of research and have a look at rumors, one paper that seems to pluck rumors out of almost anywhere is the Daily Star. So it's not always the most reliable of sources, but according to them, they saying that, you know, Isco, not Cisco, Isco is a bit of surplus to requirements at Real Madrid. He's not really getting much starting time, especially when Luka Modric is fit. Remember, they bought Isco, Real Madrid, from Malaga, and when they bought him in, he was going to be the next biggest thing. He was like the new Xavi. He was a golden boy of Spanish football, but it just hasn't really worked out for him at Real Madrid. You know, the very next season they went and signed Gareth Bale for even more money, so he plays ahead of him. Modric has been, as I said, featuring ahead of him, and it's not really worked out for Isco, and he hasn't really had the chances. And apparently Carlo Ancelotti is not adverse to selling him, and we know that Arsene Wenger is a really, really big admirer of Isco. But whether Arsene Wenger, well, I very much doubt this, to be honest. So Arsene Wenger, in the January transfer window especially, would go out and bid for Isco, especially when you consider that we've already got players like Ozil, we've got Santi Cazorla, you know, Riziki, you know, we've got loads of players in that position, and that is not the problem at Arsenal. And even then, you've got to remember that we turned down the chance to re-sign Cesc Fabregas because, as Cesc Fabregas said himself, Arsene Wenger said to him, you know, I've already got Ozil playing in that position. So the Isco link, to me, in the January transfer window, I see that as highly, highly, highly unlikely. But the Daily Star reporting today, they're saying that they think it could be something that could happen. As I said, I am very, very, very about Isco coming to Arsenal, especially at the moment. But I'm sure there'd be a lot of fans out there who'd love to see him because, you know, listen, he's a top quality player. He's still young, and he will be a world-class star, even though he's not been enjoying the best of times at Real Madrid. Another player today, and it looks like this is going to be the new. This player is going to be the new Sami Khedira. Remember, throughout the summer window when I was doing this show, practically every day, it was always Sami Khedira I was mentioning and saying that, you know, there's strong links that he could be coming to Arsenal, although he didn't end up coming to Arsenal. The player at the moment that seems to get linked every day, 1 minute is off, 1 minute is on, is Morgan Schneiderlin. He linked again today. They're saying that even though Schneiderlin came out this week and he said, listen, I see myself as staying at Southampton till the end of the season. I know in the summer I really sort of revolted really and wanted out, but I didn't get my move. I've stayed, I've settled, I've done very, very well, and you know, it's probably going to be that I stay here till the end of the season. But it's been out there in a few of the media outlets today that Arsenal are pushing hard to try and sign Schneiderlin. They see him as the player that can solve that defensive midfield problem, which is a massive problem for Arsenal. We all know that. And the rumour is that, you know, Arsenal and also Spurs as well, because remember, Pochettino used to have Schneiderlin playing for him. They are both apparently pushing very hard to try and bring Schneiderlin in. So it looks like this is going to be one of those that's going to run right until the January transfer window. One thing's for sure, the end of the window. One thing's for sure, it's going to be a big bid that's going to have to tempt Southampton to sell him, probably their star player at the moment. It's going to have to be 20 million plus for Southampton to consider that. And are Arsenal willing to pay that again in the January transfer window? That is the thing. This link today made me laugh. Remember this guy, I don't know if you'll remember this guy. He was linked over the past couple of seasons. I remember him. He plays at the moment for Inter Milan. At one time, he was being linked with Arsenal. It was almost like it was a done deal, but it didn't happen. He has discipline problems, as we know. And since then, he's been going all over the place, and it's not really worked out for him anywhere he's gone. So it looks like maybe Arsene Wenger got it right when he didn't sign Mavia. A lot of fans were angry at the time because they saw him as the answer to our defensive midfielder problems. Well, apparently, there's rumours again today that Mavia would like a move to Arsenal. There's links again. I don't know if this is probably his agent trying to push it out there. There's also been a big interest in him from Queen's Park Rangers. They want to sign him, but apparently Mavia's not really interested in going to Queen's Park Rangers. And that's probably hence the link why you see him being linked with a move to Arsenal, because he would much rather come to sign for Arsenal. But I don't know, somehow I think that boat has long sailed, and I see that as highly unlikely. But again, it's another link today. A player that we know that Arsenal definitely tried to, or been trying to sign, is the player described as the new Patrick Vieira. How many times have we heard that? And this is this youngster called Christian Bajek. I hope I pronounced the surname right. He's from Poland. He plays for Legia Warsaw. Now, Arsenal apparently put in a bid for £1.7 million, and that bid has been turned down. We know that this kid came to the Arsenal training ground last month and was showed around, and he himself is very keen on a move. And apparently, it had all been done. It had all been set up with Legia Warsaw, all been agreed. But now apparently Legia want a bit more money. There's obviously been interest from a lot of other clubs, and Arsenal a bit unhappy about that because they thought it was literally a done deal. And you know, they've had their bids turned down. Apparently this would be like the second bid turned down, because we heard that there was a bid for Sissoko and that was turned down. They've had that bid turned down, and it's up in the air now whether he's going to come or not. It's going to be up to Arsenal. Are they going to up the bid? Of course, he's only 17 years of age. So again, one for the future, could be a great player. Looks imposing for a 17-year-old. He's about 6'2", 6'3". But it's not going to be the answer to our defensive midfield problems right now. He's going to definitely be a player for the future in that position. Last one to tell you about, one again, another one that was around in the summer, Juan Quintero. He plays for Porto, 21-year-old Colombian. You saw him playing in the World Cup. He was linked in the summer with a move to Arsenal. Very good player, but again, another attacking midfielder. I think the link for this again has come about more for the fact that Southampton have been very interested in him. So to me, it seems like a lot of the media outlets are sort of regurgitating up the information that, you know, Arsenal were interested in him in the summer. Where, you know, his agent claimed that, you know, he was on the verge of signing for Arsenal. Now that Southampton are very interested in him, have sent scouts to watch him, etc. Maybe this is the reason why the interest is there, bubbling up again for Quintero. But I don't know. Again, it's not one that I can see happening. We don't need attacking midfielders, do we? We don't need attacking midfielders at Arsenal. What we need at Arsenal, every Arsenal fan knows, defensive midfielder, centre-back, and possibly a striker to replace Podolski, a third striker. Again, I'm not sure if that will happen, but to me, those are the targets we need. But, you know, we're getting linked with everybody right now. Let's take a look at some of the comments that are coming from you guys. Just going to quickly run through a couple here. Trowell says, wow, another attacking midfielder, just what Arsenal needs. So I can hear the sarcasm all day long there. Zolkahim says, really, why a central attacking midfielder instead of a central defensive midfielder? And again, I think everybody's kind of reflecting what I'm saying here. Ron Paul Swede says, Isco is very good, but we need a pig in the middle, he says. Please don't tell me Wenger splashes out 64 million on something we don't need. If he does that, he's truly lost the plot. as I said, I kind of agree with those guys. I just can't see, especially as I said, after what Arsene Wenger said in the summer to Cesc Fabregas, who would have been a lot cheaper, by the way, proven. We've seen what he's gone on to do. After what he said to Cesc Fabregas, I said, listen, I've already got attacking midfielders here. I've got Santi Cazorla. I've got Mesut Ozil, who's my main man. I just can't see how the Isco thing can happen. If it is going to happen, or if that's a possibility, that is more a summer deal. You know what? Last thing I want to mention, more rumours again flying around today about, and this is going to be another one that's going to run right throughout the January transfer window until he's bought by somebody, and that's the Winston Reid one. Again today, that one has been flying all over the place. Lots of links to Winston Reid. We need a centre back. He definitely, you know, you can see he wants to leave the club. West Ham know they're going to lose him. I just can't see West Ham allowing him to run his contract out until the summer and not collecting any money for him. They're just not in a position, West Ham, to do that. They're moving into a new stadium. They need all the money they can get. And I see that as highly unlikely that they're going to do that. Winston Reid, I think, will move to somebody during this January transfer window. Will it be Arsenal? That is what we're going to have to wait and see. Thanks for watching Transfer Daily today. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow. And keep watching. Thanks for all the support and keep subscribing.